My little visitor. It's Jag Time in Rob's garage. It's my buddy Chip. Hey Chip, how you doing? Oh, there he is right there. Oh, he just went under the door. Yeah, I have a chipmunk that comes and visits me in the garage every now and then. That's pretty cool. Hey everybody. Here we are, once again. Yeah. It's time in Rob's garage, Jag time in Rob's garage, Jag time in Rob's garage, Jag time in Rob's garage. Okay, well, we're going to travel into the past a little bit because when I was shooting the video yesterday, I inadvertently turned the camera off and deleted the entire first section of the entire first section of the video. And rather than Jag time yesterday, what happened is that the three-wheeler got its drive shaft bearings replaced. Oh, there he goes. Hey, Chip. See you later. Run away. Yeah, these you can see right here on my little skill bench. These are the two drive shaft bearings. The go-kart. These are actually go-kart axle, 1-inch go-kart axle bearings that held this was for the front of the drive shaft, and this is for the back of the drive shaft that goes into the Suzuki Intruder swing arm, and they're both pretty worn out. And what was happening is when I would take off from a stop, I was having this clunking and clattering, and so I bought some new drive shaft bearings, and yesterday I took them in and out. Yesterday being was it yesterday or was it Friday? I think it was Friday actually. No, wait, Saturday. Yeah, it was Saturday. So it was August 31st. When I did that. So we're going to travel back in time for a little bit and go back to August 31st, 2019 and watch the terrible videos of me taking the drive shaft bearings in and out, or rather replacing those old drive shaft bearings with new ones, and then watching quite possibly the worst in-car video ever. Hopefully it won't give anyone seizures, but you never know. So there we go, back in time to August 31st, 2019. I've taken the driver's seat out. Whoops. Oh, get in there. I've taken the driver's seat out, and now I have to remove this cover right here, which has been in place since this thing was built, was finished in 2013. That. I've already taken out most of the screws. There are quite a few screws that hold this thing in, because you know you don't want it coming loose, and I'm just that way. And of course it's a variety of screws. There are some of these number 10 sheet metal screws that go directly into the metal. Then there are some of these which I tap the holes. I tapped holes for these screws, which I'm sure I found at the boneyard somewhere. And then there are these things which I think are 1032s. I could be wrong. Yeah, these are 1032s. And one more. Come on. There we go. These are one of the greatest inventions ever. And there is the secondary drive shaft. Here's the inside of this thing, which I made way back in the day. So yeah, now we got to take this out. Hey, here we go. Undo the set screws that hold the bearings onto the axle. There's that. Yep, one for you. One for you. And then over here, we'll have to get those from underneath the. Have to get those from underneath here. There's one right there. There it is. One set screw there. Turn the wheel to get the other set screw in line. And there we go. Turn it up a bit. There we go. That worked out nicely. These are simple grade 5 hardware, whoops. Simple hardware store grade 5, 5/16. Whoops, where'd that? Good thing I have spare lock washers. Next. Next. There we go. Come on now. Again, I got the bearings out. Here they are. I was able to, as you can see, there's, whoops, it's a little out of focus. I was able to drill that set screw out using a cobalt bit that I got at the hardware store, and it, even though you can see that the tip of the screw is still in there, it relieved the tension on the screw enough that I was able to pound the bearing down the end far enough to undo it from the, to pull it out of the universal joint in the swing arm. Now both of these, this one is notchy. You can, when you turn it, when you spin it around, you can feel that the races are dented a bit, and they both wiggle just slightly, whereas the fresh ones, the new ones, what do I do with them? Oh, they're all around here somewhere. Yeah, the new ones are all, let's go over here to the vise. The new ones are all nice and smooth. See these little tiny holes here? I was able to take a, one of my monojects, fill it with the purple high temperature grease, and inject it into those tiny holes and give each of them a bit more lubrication. They're nice and smooth now, really smooth. And I've got the other one for that end. That's over there underneath. This is the rear end. This is the front end. And I've got one bearing flangette, one half bearing flangette in there. Let's go install this thing, shall we? Okay, now, oops, I keep bumping that freshly greased top end into the, okay, we're going to squeeze that in like so. You go in there. Let's put a flangette on that as best we can. Whee, there we go. The one bolt that sits in. Let's find the other bolts. There are 1, 2. Poke those through. Oh, I'm going to have to poke those through from underneath. There's that. Yay. That'll do. That'll do nicely. We'll get those in there. Then I'm going to put the universal joint in on there. And then we should be all set. Take the universal joint and apply it to the end of the drive shaft as best we, there we go. There's that. Now she'll put a flangette in place like so, and then the bearing goes over the drive shaft and into the universal joint and up. Whoops, wait a minute. Imbécile, tu es vraiment stupide. The outer flangette, oh actually these are the ones, this is the flangette that was on the inner bearing before. Up you go into side one. There you go into the drive shaft. There we go, into the swing arm drive shaft. Okay, so now only I could see what I was doing. Without laying in any of the horribleness that... Oh, there we go. I got it. I got it without having to see what I was doing. Yay. So, we've got a bolt here. Got a bolt here. Lift that up a little bit, push that bolt all the way through. Slide the bearing into place. Yay! That looks good. Slide this flange jet onto one of the bolts. That. Yay. Put a nut on there. Put a nut on that one from up top, just because we can. There we go. That looks a little weird, doesn't it? Yep. Pretty good so far. Crawl underneath once again. Oof. Now, I should probably have brought the bolts with me, shouldn't I have? Now, yeah. So this has to go like this. Yeah, that looks good. That looks real good. This thing may very well be in phase this time, unlike last time. So you go up here, slide it through. I gotta take you off so that I can do this. You go on here. Perfect. There we go. Okay. You get on. Come on. There we go. There's that. Yeah. And then you come up here. Whoopsie. And then there. There we go. Cool. Everyone is in phase. Unlike last time where the middle U-joint was out of phase with the rear U-joint. But it's in phase now. All I got to do is put the bolts in up here, put the cover on, and then put the driver's seat back in, and then it's test drive. Here we go. In goes the... Come on. There. That looks about right, right? Sure it is. Threaded. I forget. That one's threaded. And so is this one. And unless I am mistaken, this one is possibly. Ta-da! By the magic of the Ryobi impact gun. That guy's in there. Let's put the seat in, take it off the jacks, and maybe take it for a drive, as I have been so fond of saying lately. Boom. Slides in. Ouch. That pinches the finger. Everybody slides down into place. The official seat wrench. See those two bolts right there? Those are welded to a bracket that is riveted to the inside of the seat. So now we just go tighten this up. the seat in its place. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Okay. Down we go. Nice and slow. Well, there we go. Success! That's quite probably the most jiggly, quite possibly the most jiggly. Let's get the camera off of there. Quite possibly the most jiggly ride video ever. But what can I tell you? This thing vibrates a lot. It's that unbalanced, it's that non-counterbalanced 3-cylinder engine. Yeah. But it's all fixed up. No more stupid clunking noise from the drive shaft. Everything's good. So that's good for another 19,000 miles, and we'll see you then.